that they have just put down. They say, oh, we put it out of his misery. Why? Because he's broken his leg. It's not that the leg cannot be repaired, right? It's not that the leg cannot be healed. The main thing is because it will cost so much, and the horse will probably not be able to walk properly, right, or perform properly. So therefore, as a decision, they would say it is better to put him out of his misery rather than allow him, the horse, to actually continue and to heal itself. Yeah, they say no, it's going to cost too much. It's not going to be cost effective. And basically, that is what they are doing with so many of us right now. When I say they, I do mean the governments, and I do mean the system, this system, right? I do mean that, right? And that is what they are they are giving to you as a proposal to what the system requires. And then they will say, or what they have said, is that it is what the people want. It's what the people of of the UK would prefer. So now they've turned around and basically saying, it's not us. It's not us. This is what the people want because it will be cost effective. It'll be cost effective. And as we know, the warmonger people are here in strength. They're in strength right now. They are really in strength. Why do I say that? It's because they are blatantly murdering people, running them off their land of living, right? They're running off their land where they are living with no humanitarian recompense. They are supporting those who are literally murdering the people who are living in the same area just because they can. So if they have exhibited the thought of supporting another system on this planet to eradicate a people, how do you think that they're going to feel about you? How do you think that system is going to feel about you? Hmm? Somehow, I don't think that they're going to be thinking twice about you directly, are they? Are they? I don't think they're going to be thinking about you directly at all. But yet, this is the type of thing that we are actually and literally facing right now. Right now. But of course, every which way that they can. They will prevent you from living a full and prosperous life, especially if you are not serving them. If you are not serving them. In the last show, just a moment, we got this. We've got some helicopters passing outside. Just want to let them pass. Let them pass. Actually, it's not. They're still around. Let me just put on something here for a moment while let this noise to die down. Yeah, let me see what I've got for you. What have I got here? Just a moment, my people. Just a moment. Let me see. Here we go. No, that's not right. Here we go. Right. Also, I'm trying to get the Skype and phone lines back up as well. So we'll be back with you in a momento.
I can see all in me, baby, please talk to me now. When nothing's wrong, you're so strong. Baby, do all this inside. Relax, you cry. Baby, go set it free, my baby, talk to me now. What's wrong with you? Why don't you tell me what you got? What's wrong with you? Why don't you tell me what you why stand alone in the dark? Open the door, let this go, let it be now, baby, start to leave now. What's wrong with you? Why don't you tell me what you're going got? What's wrong with you? Why don't you tell me what you're doing? You're living, yes I can. What's wrong wrong with you? Why don't you tell me what you're wrong What's wrong with you?
The United Nations, they're nothing but a front. They've been observing so long, many moons and months. Why you never see the suffering nation? People in starvation, going through a struggle. So why not struggle? Oh, even If a little piece prosper, rock you out, oh, and end to war. Put down your guns. You try not from all the talk about. And this is not what about. Oh, that we still fly. Oh, the United Nations, it's nothing but a proxy. Let them be observing so long. Many moons and months I say, why you never see the flight into dawn before you bomb? Why you never get no examination? Now, people who are facing trouble, I know you those mighty and trouble. Yes, oh, and so now, it's only night, yeah.
All right. I've tried to get the phone line up, and I'm still trying to get it up and see if it will receive the calls that we can get onto the air here live as well. Okay, well, it's updating on itself, so it may reset itself in time. It may reset itself in time, and yeah, we'll see how things go with this, because I think somebody's put a new drive unit into the studio, so it takes time for it to load itself up, innit? Right, so we'll see how that goes over the next hour as we are here in the studio here. Anyhow, in the meantime, let's continue with this health journey. Now, as we are aware of how the system is not really supporting us as the communities that we are, or what we would love to have here for ourselves and our families, our people, we have to be aware of the position that they are putting us into at all times. And when I say at all times, I do mean at all times. From the time that you are born, from the time that the child is taken from the house, or we take the child from the house to put within the school systems, to the time that they are old enough to go to their work on their own as a young adult. And it's not like they know everything, right? Because then they are challenged and they're supposed to make their own mind and their own decisions themselves. But yet, how many of them just comply they just comply. Recently, we were challenged. Recently, we went through an extremely challenging time of where our people were kind of given the choice of, if they do not take the vaccinations of the time, that they would be subject to losing their jobs, losing their access to finances. They literally threatened us. They threatened us, right? You will not be able to go and travel. You will not be able to access your bank accounts. In other words, they would throw you out of their system. They would throw you out of their system. Thankfully, a large majority refused to take the vaccinations. Not only did they refuse, but they protested against it. And the government had to change its laws and rules that it was trying to impose on us as a society in general. Although we know and we're very aware that there are many who did comply. They did comply, and that they did take the vaccine. And then we know of others that we've heard of that were sick. They actually fell sick because of what their actions did, right? Directly or indirectly. They fell sick. And of course, the reports of how can we put this? The reports of what has happened to them, those who have taken the vaccines, and the side effects related to the vaccination has not been released. Why? Because they were shirking the responsibility from the initial thing of, well, if you take this vaccination and you happen to die, you cannot sue the governments or those manufacturers, because it is a thing that they see that it would be to the benefit of the people. But oh no, the benefit of the people, I can assure you that if it was to the benefit of the people, there would be so many who would still be alive. And I'm talking in the counts of the thousands. The thousands. Please do not feel that just because you feel that you are healthy and that you probably experienced the last pandemic ailment, that you're going to be getting away with anything and say, well, it never had no effects on me. There is a thing that we was discussing again last night, is why is it Why is it that so many of our people, of our generation, we're talking the ones in the 60s and in the 70s, right? Why is it that so many of us have all of a sudden been dying off? And we call it premature death. We call it premature death because it's always related to an ailment. It's very rare that we're hearing of those who are dying or going into their 70s and 80s, and they are dying as a result of old and mature age. Very rare. But yet, this is what is happening. Hence the discussion that we was having last night with the brothers there at the Black Father Support Group. We was having that discussion. And for me, it was a case of that I wanted us to really have that discussion and to open up about why we thought that that these type of things were happening. Noted some of the commentaries that were coming through. There's one brother that explained or expressed that he felt that we obviously, that we have a very poor diet, and then he asked a question. He asked us a question, or he asked everybody who was there a question. Do we think that drinking these herbs, drinking these, not only the herbs, but drinking these, drinking these herbs and taking supplements, it would be good for us? And then, listening to other brothers as we're going through, they were saying, that a lot of these herbs is what we learned to take and use while we was in the Caribbean, in the Africas. It was used as medicinal purposes for not only us, right, but for everybody, some herbs. So all those who was taking the herbs, they would benefit from it, or they could benefit at the time. And then he said, so which ones would you recommend? Which ones would you recommend? And we all had different herbs that we have for ourselves, right? Herbs and spices and things that we use within the cooking, or we brewed as herbs to drink, like as a tea, and all these type of things. I pointed out, and I'm gonna answer from my perspective now. I pointed out that a lot of benefits of herbs are depleted when they dry, right? When the leaves are dried, right? So a lot of the benefits of what we would usually get from drinking a herb usually comes from the freshly picked herbs, right? Freshly picked leaves. Yeah. Although we do utilize roots, the root, sometimes the bark, sometimes the sap from a lot of these things, the juicing of these roots and things. And in saying that now, or in doing that, this is when we need to be very, very careful. Very, very careful as to self-diagnosis. Self-diagnosis. Yeah? We have to be very, very careful. Recommended. Get a full analysis of yourself. Find out what is actually lacking. Do not just take it by hearsay of, oh, this herb is one that will do its wonders with you, because it may not be what you actually need. Each one plays its part, right? Drinking the herbs that we actually drink. Can you honestly say that there has been serious changes between you and your previous days after taking herbs? Can you really say that? Is there anything or any one of you that feel that you can actually feel the benefits of what herbs are drinking you are partaking in? Yes. There are those that can aid you when you need it. Right? Some of us are functioning perfectly. The body is actually performing perfectly. Unfortunately, some of us are abusing our bodies by just by taking in the same ritualistic drinks, coffees, herbs continuously, to the extent that the body says, you know what, I think I've had enough of this now. I'll have a break. And I've had enough of this. Can I change? Can I change, please? Right? And then you may find that yourself breaking out. In other words, getting like spots or just swelling in the joints. And then what do you do? You go and find another herb to counteract that one. And all it is that you've overloaded the system. Instead of saying, you know what, let me have a different type of herb if I want to, if it's something that I actually need. How many times do we actually have a flush out? And I don't mean the heavy, intensive flush out, right? I'm talking about just the water purification, allowing the water to rehydrate your bodies. This is another point of discussion. How much water do we take? Right? There was the discussion of there was the discussion of that we should only drink when we're thirsty. And then there was the other, how much do we actually drink then? You know, and consensus as we would listen, as I was listening on, was between 1 liter to 3 liters a day, right? And then I had to interject. Now, being a sports nutritionalist, right? We can decide whether we want to hydrate ourselves, rehydrate ourselves, if we noticed the points of where we needed to actually, or the times when we needed to hydrate ourselves. Obviously, some of the obvious signs would be, and you can take note of these, are obviously the dryness of the mouth. Also, the dryness of the eyes. You know, when the eyes are just dry. Yeah. Achy joints. Right? Stiffness of the neck and all this type of thing indicates dehydration. Yeah. Also, the skin. The skin may be flat, dry, the skin itself. Because I know we like to put on these creams to make it feel smooth and everything. But the fact is, if it is not hydrated from the inside, then the skin will not function in its proper way. So you have to hydrate from the inside. Have you seen when some of our senior people that they haven't drank for quite a while? They haven't drank for quite a while, or drank substantially for quite a while. And within days of them taking in regular water, and we're talking just like a glass every hour, couple of hours, a glass of water, literally a glass of water every 2 hours or so. And within days, they will look and feel in a completely different way, because their brain will be hydrated, their bodies will be hydrated, their organs will be hydrated, right? Another way of telling if you are dehydrated is the color of your urine. Because what happens is that your organ starts to break down when you're passing out the urine. And the substances and the minerals will be more intense as well. In other words, there will be more minerals per water or per the liquid than what normally. So your urine will be darker, and in some cases, even pungent. or smelling, right? But yet, if you were to hydrate yourself, right? Hydrate yourself. Just get yourself to a good hydration of where you are urinating, and it is that pale, just pale water, because it's been diluted down. Yeah. And once it's diluted down, then for a few more days, anytime you go to the toilet, right? Whether it be the stool or the urine, you have a glass of water after. Yeah. Just to aid in that hydration, because you are eliminating the liquid from your body. And as you see, that is a vital, vital, vital thing that we need to maintain ourselves. Why do we have these problems with ourselves? Why do we have kidney stones? Why do we have these infections? The body itself is doing exactly what it needs to do. Exactly what it needs to do. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Right? It's doing exactly what it needs to do. And I would say that even if we are ignoring the signs of that achy back, that pain in the back, right? Of saying, you know what, let me ease off. Let me ease or change up my dietary. The what I'm taking in is obviously having an adverse effect on my body. So let me change up my eating habits, right? Cool down the spice, cool down the pepper. Or in some cases where when you don't have pepper, maybe to raise your temperature, to raise your heart rate, to put a little bit of spice into there. Yeah. I know, like some of us may have this thing of drinking lemon in the morning. We have lemon juice in the morning with some hot water or warm water. Just put a pinch of cayenne pepper in there, and I mean a pinch, not like a teaspoon, a pinch, right? Because I know some of you like, well, more must be better. No, that's not the case. It's a case of that if you take your time, allow the body to do what it is designed to do, and you supply the right nutritional minerals within for the body will function in its efficient manner. There was once, I say once, even part of it as well, right, is exercising. We was talking about this as well. Exercising, right? How many of us actually exercise our eyes? Right? I'll talk you through this one. Right? Exercising your eyes. Very simply, just find a spot on the wall, and as you could do it with your glasses off if you wear glasses, right? Find a spot on the wall and just relax. And as you relax, you notice that you just focus on one point. And then as you go to focus on that point, just go a little bit further and further until you can literally cloud out everything around you in that vision. And then what you do is you pick something that is halfway from that point of you looking on the wall, and then you focus on that. And you focus, allow your eyes to focus, and then open your eyes to actually focus on it a little bit more on the thing that is in front of you, which is closer, until everything becomes clear. Or if it's not clear, until you can just feel a little weakening of the eye. And then you look back at the wall and you try to focus back more on that spot that you was looking at until it goes a blurry on the outside, but you're focused on what your point is on the wall. And then you bring it back to the object that you was looking in. It was halfway between you and the wall. And then back to the wall again. Allowing yourself to just relax into the vision of what you're focusing on the wall. And then back to the object again. And if you was to do that, at least twice a day, and it only takes 10 minutes a day, this is an exercise that will help your vision rejuvenate itself. It can literally rejuvenate your vision yourself. Right? So just a little bit of a hint there. Just a little bit of a hint. Okay? So you might be able to, if you're using glasses right now, and you use it for reading, it could be that. It could be that you just over strain them in one position. You're not doing the various or varying visions. So your eyes get stagnant. Your eyes get stagnant and they get weak in that one position. But if you was to do that, you could literally rejuvenate your eyes. Okay? Anyway, so those are the type of things that we was talking about. We did mention as well. And I say thank you, Sister Georgette, for sending that text there about the vaccination, right? And yes, I've received the same texts as well. She was indicating that she's received a lot of texts, right, with the invitation to take the vaccine boosters. And I've seen some of the program. I've seen some of the, I would say adverts, but infomercials. I've seen the infomercials that they are inviting us to go and get vaccinated even at your local chemist. Now, you don't even have to see your doctor for that, right? That you can get vaccinated at your local chemist. So, you know, how many is going to take up on that, I don't know. But they're still saying, and they're indicating as well that, oh, it's like the flu now. So, but it's going to be milder. I think that was one of the expressions that was said earlier on today. Yeah, those who will get the COVID, it will be like a mild flu. So, but still, I would say, please don't take it for granted that it is, oh, it's just a cold. Please do go and get it diagnosed if you need to, right? If you need to. And then we can do what we need to do to maintain and sustain ourselves as well. Okay? So don't sit in ignorance. Don't sit around in ignorance, right? But ensure that you're safe initially. And then from there, you can maintain and sustain yourselves as well. Okay? Right. So, these are the things that we was talking about on the program at the meeting yesterday. We have been blessed that we was able to come together. We was talking about that, right? Also, we was indicating, and this is a thing that we was also saying that food, what types of food should we be eating? And there are many of us, yes, we do have the skills to cook and to look to our own well-being. We do all do, but it'd be good for us to share some techniques. Even in our discussion yesterday, we discovered that there was one of the brothers there who was a retired chef, right? A retired chef. Can you imagine that? Right? To have a person there who's skilled enough that was his profession. Yeah. And it was indicated as well because I had a conversation with another brother, right, doing a health day. So imagine now, once a month we could come together, and then we are talking about bringing together some healthy options of eating, right? Or recommended healthy options of eating, and also food preparation, how to prepare foods so that we can do like 2 cooks, for instance, 2 cooks per week, and maintain and sustain the food or fruits as well. How we prepare them and how we can freeze them, right? As well to make other like fruit. What do you call it now? What do you call it again now? Like fruit juices and smoothies. That's it, smoothies. Yeah. Because if we don't take these things in, because I'm sure that there's many of us who have our fruit bowls there, and then at the end of the day, some of us throw away half of the fruits within that fruit bowl, right? Because we're not consistent in taking in fruits and things like this. If the truth be known, right? And then not only that, but we can also prepare food so that we can chill it and then take it out to actually warm up at a later date, right? So if you imagine if you can do 1 cook, and then you could have 3 days food, right? Or 3 occasions food. That would be so much convenient for everyone, especially like if you have a family, right? They're coming in at various times, So imagine that if you could do all of that, prepare food and things like this. And the thing is that these are the type of things that happens in restaurants as well. Well, you think everybody just they come in and take their order and then they're cooking everything fresh. So no, there's a lot of preparation, right? Anticipation of customers that come in there, right? So you can see that the food is there ready for you. It might be that day's prep. Might be that day's preps, but it's there ready and waiting for you. So don't feel to say, oh, we're here and we can do every day, fresh. Sometimes it's not convenient to do that. Yeah. Although we do try to guide you towards the healthy ways. And this is not the only program that does it. Most of our programs will do that. They will guide you through there. And obviously there was the talk as well between the vegetarians, and not only the vegetarians, but also the meat eaters as well, right? And their experience as well. And one of the brothers there, who has been a diabetic for quite a while. And then obviously he was going through his dietary requirements, right? He was going through his dietary requirements. And obviously he's got a large family as well, many members there, right? Who require various amounts. And then, like, even in his discussion of saying, like he would come in, or his wife would come in, and they would prepare food, but it was mainly home cooked food, right? So obviously he's in the throes of doing what he needs to do, labor saving ideas, and what does he do? Because everybody within the house needs to be fed, right? All these type of things, because there's many a man who would be afraid if he walked into a house and then from all of a sudden, from him living a solo life to, wow, there's 5 of us now. Okay, how would I handle that? It's not everybody can just jump into things just like that. Yeah, so it's good to know this. What we'll probably do also, we'll probably make some short videos and share those. So if you go to the Facebook and you go onto the Black Father Support Group show, or sorry, no, Black Father Support Group UK, onto that page there, and you can sign up to go on there, or just join us on there if you want to. And it is open to both male and female brothers and sisters, right, on there. So if you wish to, you could go and join us on there, right? Unfortunately, the Skype and the telephone line is down at the moment, right? If you wish to call in to have a conversation, I will try and link it up on this here. I'm going to no, I'm not trying. I'm going to link it up on this piece here, which will be the text line, right? So for this evening, For this evening, you can call us on 079 47 479 219. Number again 079 47 479 219. Right? So you can call us on there and we can discuss about this. Right? And if you what's your opinion about having that monthly meeting, right? We was discussing it to say, oh, we could just do it on a Tuesday, which would be no problem really. Oh, that's good. Oh, the line is open. That's good. That's good. Just a moment. Greetings, my brother. Greetings.
Oh, greetings, Brother Aspen.
How you doing? You sounded very clear this evening.
I
good.
tell you, that's beautiful. That means that the system is ready for me.
Yeah. Yes, man. Yeah. I had to reboot it earlier on, you know.
All right then, okay then. That's why I pass through so easily, and it come like it's the fresh one, fresh. Yeah.
Fresh. I like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's your contribution this evening, sir?
I tell you one thing you was talking about, really. You was talking about the way, I mean, we die in this country, how we lose our life. And then there was something which relates to being an old age. Then I picked up on that when I look at it in the society we live. If you look in this Europe, and well, we are in England now, these people don't respect old people anymore, you know?
Throwing us away.
Yes, my brother. Let me say, even the ones that are the wealthy people, I mean, they can sustain their life in a kind of way. So they're looking at somebody who's old as this person is not counted.
Yep.
And you see, even during the pandemic inquiry, Boris Johnson did say he'd rather see how many billions of people die, I'm exaggerating it now, than the economy go bad. Yes, my brother, which shows that these people prefer their money staying there than seeing you an old person. First of all, they don't care about life, but seeing you an old person and anybody around the poverty line not so exist.
You're a burden to them.
Yes. Yes. That's why they're looking at, they don't care if you die. That's why they're looking at taking your medication even off you so that you can go to work. So whether you have to go and fall at work, you die, or you die on your way going and so on, you know, disabled and all these sort of things there, they don't care. You see, the only people who care, you can look even in all their budget plan and all these sort of things them, they never even talk about the people who are the carers, people who go and care for someone.
There was not even a mention of them.
Yeah.
Not even a mention. Right? We've opened a segment on the program tomorrow, you know, the Blacknificent radio show. We've opened a segment to discuss the carers, caring for carers. Right?
That's it. Yeah.
So we can impart some information that could be useful for those who are in the caring system, or those who are potentially in the caring system as well. So there's Sister Sandra and Sister Sandra, we call her Sister Sandra London, right?
Yeah.
Who's got personal experience of being carers as well, along with myself, right? So we're just going to impart to all of you some information that could be useful for you to actually help to support you as well through all of this, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, my brother. I mean, that's how the system is set. Now it's all about their money capital. They don't care how many people die, how many people they get to kill. You see, it's like they're not hearing these people. You understand? This is the time we need, my brother, to sound that thing called, we want our reparation now. Because these people are squandering all the money for themselves, everything that can benefit them, they're just looking into themselves.
Yep.
Britain is one of the people who they never pay nobody anything, you know. Yeah, man, they never pay you anything. Anything they want to rip off you. Right?
Even when you die, they want that money too.
Of course, yes, my brother. The biggest capitalist country in the whole world. We might think it's America. But Britain, look, in America, the last time for the pandemic, when they were vaccinating people, right? They call people and they pay them money. They give them money. Yes, my brother. All the millions of people, they call them, give them money so that they can vaccinate them on that coronavirus. Yeah. But did Britain say that? Britain never even say that, number one. But they go to the extent of, if they can kill you, they can kill you, and all this. Yeah, this is how they behave. So these people them will live with, which is the beast, who's sitting right inside the belly of the beast. They are, number one, not to give you their money. You have to fight them. Right?
Yep,
I remember during the coronavirus time, Nicaragua called for their gold, right? The gold them always they steal in Africa. From Britain, and Britain said they're not going to refund that thing unless they put them to court. Right? Nicaragua decided to say they want to put them to court. So this is the extent these people are. You have to be, because they are brutal people, they are ruthless people. So you have to be brutal with them as well, my brother. This is what this society is. You see, like our brothers, them, or our family, them in the other people, them like in France, they know how to deal with them people. They know you have to be brutal with them as well for something to get on. But other than that, these people don't take talking as anything. Right? So when it comes to somebody getting old in this country, we especially the black people, them, the African people there, this is not our place.
It's not at all. Because
my brother.
What happens, my brother, is that, and I'm doing by their recent actions, right? They're saying that they're going out to be an envoy of peace to Israel. And they're shaking off the hands of Israel and supplying them with armaments to fight against the Palestinians. Yeah. Instead of standing in a neutral stance, right? If anything, they should be putting sanctions on them, just like when they said, Saddam Hussein was fighting, yeah. Just like how they did with the Iraqi wars, right?
Yeah.
They put sanctions. So why are they not putting sanctions on these people, them too? right? They're siding with them and supporting them in the massacring of the Palestinian people. And then on the next breath, they're saying, "Oh, it's so sad what is happening to the Palestinians." And even when they are protesting within the UK, right? They want to arrest those who are protesting in support of the Palestinians, because they're saying the Palestinians saying we want this war to stop, but yet the police are arresting people who are protesting in that way. And yes, there are going to be passions around this type of thing, but obviously we as the Africans, we're going to be the enemy anyway, from both sides of the fence. So we can stand back and let them get on with it. But still, let's look at the actions of the system that are supporting them, right? So you got the Americas, you've got even some places in Africa, right? You've got most of Europe is behind them as well. So when you see that they treat their own people or other people like that, they will treat their own exactly the same.
Yes, my brother. But you see, these people always end up, they fight themselves, right? You see, like when we're talking about Ukraine now and Russia, they're fighting themselves. Even France has sent a message to Israel, to stop this kind of thing they're doing. Oh, yes, it sent message. But what I'm trying to open your eyes with, they always fight themselves. But this is why we have to prepare our own self and begin to gather our own self, because whenever they're fighting themselves, they always end up come to we. They come to end it up with us. This is how them go on, my brother. Yeah.
I remember. Don't think that's a different place that they're fighting. It's all Africa. It's all Africa that they are doing all these wars and everything on. Yeah? It's all Africa. In other words, what should happen is that the African nation should say, you know something, you can't behave yourself. All uno, come out.
Yeah. But South Africa as well have done that.
Yeah.
South Africa said to the Israeli them, they have to stop this genocide. Right? Right. You get all of them are opening their mouth now and tell them that they have to stop this genocide. You see, this is why I was looking at it, my brother. We get this country called Rwanda in Africa, where these people are trying to push people to Africa, right? And the people them actually they want to push to Africa. Not that maybe it's the Africans them, these are people who come from like Afghanistan.
That's right.
They come from Syria. These are the people them they want to push to that Africa. But this is what I'm saying. In Europe, they don't want anybody them to come here that much. Of course, these people have been going to Africa for decades. You get the Lebanese, you get the Syrian, you get the Moroccan, you name them, all kind of people them in that Africa, right? Even if you go to Israel, you meet all these people in India. Not that maybe Africa haven't got, but what these people are doing now, which Africa shouldn't stand up for, we don't take people them and we come and find this part of the world. I will say, look, we want you to come and keep some people them here or whatever it is. You understand? This is what the things that they're doing to Africa that is not right. You understand? This is where if they get what they call their African Union and they get strong Pan-Africanist people them there, this is when they should stand up and say, no, we don't agree to this. Because this is the similar thing we're doing now with Palestine and Israel, right? Go and put the so-called Israeli or these people just like them. just like what they do in the Australia, when they begin to dominate the ones them who are living in the land. So this is what they're doing. They begin to take Afghanistan, take Chanso, these people, take them to a place like so-called Rwanda, where they'll build their own town. Now they will be in a territory place there, where tomorrow, they don't want to see we, the black face them, in our own land, come near to that territory either.
Did you know?
Because they'll begin,
Did you know, brother, last week, I think it was, wait a minute, let me get this right. I'm sure it was on Thursday. Last week, Thursday, I think. No, last week, Wednesday, that they passed a law because they took it to the high courts. If the government was legal to do this, to take this action, and the high courts deemed it illegal for them to send people to Rwanda. And the reason why it wasn't the actual act of them sending them there, is the fact that the previous record of refugees going to Rwanda was told absolutely atrocious. In other words, I think it was 95% of those who actually applied to go to Rwanda as a refugee was rejected. Yeah, and that is that was the reason why they said it would be illegal or inhumane to send them to Rwanda, right? So that bill there has been, or that suggestion there has been totally squashed now, right?
Yeah, but my brother, you are the ones them who say they get money or they get power. What did the leaders them say, or the conservatives say? They say they will arrange a treaty with Rwanda now, right? They will come out of this law business now and arrange a treaty with Rwanda to accept these people them over there. This is how much these people them, you understand? Because these people them we're dealing with, it's like a cooperative people them. They're going against the rule of law. They're going against the human rights law and all this sort of thing. Them try to violate a lot of things them, because this is what we are seeing in Israel now and the people. This is what we are seeing with these people. This is what the Americans them are doing as well. They violate and turn everything around. What is the law? They go against the law. First of all, that's the time they want to run to say they want to bring what they call legislation. They want to legislate a new thing so that they can overturn all these laws them and make it to what will suit them. This is what they are doing, my brother. You know? So, you know, this is the bully, the kind of brutal people that we have with us, right? Talking about that Rwanda, my brother. You see, because what happened, we in this diaspora and all these places here, we should be thinking down seriously. You see, you watch now when it's come to this particular time of the year, that the time maybe we might be talking about the sickness, the pain, the misery, all this kind of thing, because it has gone cold now, not so? Our melody is not for year. The connection we get our antenna, it's not for year. It's for a warm climate. So when we miss out of that song, our bones then will begin to go cracking, because we need the connector. Which is the sun we need. They were talking about vitamin D and all this sort of thing there, but this is the thing we need, right? So these people know that's why they can survive certain things then, but we can't survive certain things then. You understand? Because it's not for us. This is the reason why some of us we're passing away, or when they say pastor and all this sort of thing there. That is a little part of that, but we must also forget about these people, their type of medication. Even when they talk their vaccine, they're trying to try so that they can get to go and take this vaccine and get some of us begin to die now again. You understand? Because they haven't finished yet. They haven't finished yet with all their strategy because they did say, I mean, within 10 years, they're going to come. So they're waiting all the time. As soon as they begin to get cold or whatever it is, you begin to see they begin to spray everything up or whatever it is. They don't care because they are dealing with a corporation, you know. Exactly. Now, my brother, talking about Rwanda, right? Rwanda recently, right, which I think it was last Thursday, announces a free visa travel for all Africans, right? As continent open up to free movement of the people in Africa, right?
Yes, correct. Yes.
Rwanda announced that is Thursday gone. It will allow Africans to travel visa free to the country, becoming the latest nation in the continent to announce such a measure amid at boosting free movement of people and trade to rival Europe zone, right? President Paul Kagame made the announcement in the Rwanda capital, Kigali, where it pitched the potential of Africa as a unified tourism destination for a continent that still relies on 60% of the tourists and outside Africa, according to the data hour. But the other part I enjoy, my brother, they said, we Africans, even inside the continent, we got so many skills, we got so many trade things that we do, right? So if the whole of Africa open its boundary then, we can do that intercontinental trade within ourselves, right? It's just like in Sierra Leone. These people make textile material, but the world won't tell you about that. They got things the way they make themselves, where the world won't tell you about that, right? So we need, even you, that's why I said we are creative people then. We need this in the just like, you know, people, you were talking about the herbal system. We got people who have a knowledge of these kind of things then. So, well, just like our man, Yakuba, and we get, my other man as well, Dr. Yakuba and the other man as well. Right. These people get a knowledge. So you get a lot of people who get this knowledge about these different things there. So within Africa, that means we can survive with so many things then, but because this unity, which we said we need, if we can come to that uniting form, we don't need these people them. We got panel beaters them. We got goldsmith beater there. We can refine all these things them. We're thinking that we can't refine. We can do these things then because we get people them who knows these things them within the continental Africa. We get them who are here, right? And how I'm looking at it, my brother, because it's like time against all. But we are fighting a war. That this war, we need to win this war. I mean, look at it. Look, I know we haven't got people them like what we call Malcolm X, them, Marcus Garvey, them now, but we still get within ourselves. We got these things them. We got people them who are, we got ladies them as well, who are very, I mean, they're very settled when they say things there. It makes sense. Look like my Empress Shanice there, Sister Zatanga there. We got the ladies there. Even some other ones them who I can hear them on the show, right? But what I'm thinking, this we need a Pan-African structure where we get the few individuals them. We need to meet with the African Union leaders them, because so that they know that the diasporas, the people from here, from the Caribbean, the Americans, they are coming to Africa. But we need to make this structure in a kind of way, not just only because we get these skilled people, even from America and all this sort of thing there. We get these skilled people, but something that which will get this broadcasting, propaganda right in Africa, whether they have to say it in for the Francophone them to hear that, whether they have to say it for the Anglophone them to hear that, and so on. But we need this structure where they come to get, not when we're in this individual country there. So where, for example, Ghana or Sierra Leone president know about that or whatever. No, this is a body which need to meet this organization and tell them to look, this is serious time. Our people them are coming in here. We are coming to develop things them and do. We all have to work hand in hand together. Because even in Africa now, they get what you call the African passport. Where the people will be moving from place to place. It's most of them diplomats them using it now, but something they want to open up properly so that people them in Africa be moving from area to area, country to country, because that is the barrier they want to push down now. Gambia have done it, free visa. I think Ghana have done it, and then you get like Rwanda as well, who is trying to do it, my brother. Yeah, so this is my little bit I want to bring, but we need that structure where we get the a construction individual them and so on as a team, but where we need to meet this African Union, big man them or big woman or whoever, where we speak these things and then let them know that our people are coming here, the panel beater them, the engineer, the doctor, we coming and so on. So they must announce it to the people them, let them hear this kind of thing, because that's why we get the African Union. It's not that individual African leaders them. They won't do something, but we need to show that we're going to meet to the big man them. You understand? Don't like how they get their G7, G20, but we want to enter to the big name of Africa to make the structure of things begin to happen, my brother, before they begin to kill us here all the time. That's my saying, my brother.
All right then. Listen, we've come into the top of the hour right here now. Time to close off. Right.
Yes, my brother.
Listen, I thank you for your contribution this evening here on the Black Fathers Support Group show here, and very, very poignant points that you brought out there as well. And it is very important that we look at things in that way. Where do we stand? What do we want out of this? You know, and never give up the fight. Never give up the fight. Anyway, right. So we come to the top of our last few seconds, and I'm going to say thank you once again. And I shall see you. I shall see you on the rising. I shall see you on the rising. And thank you, my brother, for joining us on the show. All right. So I shall see you on the rising. Okay.
Yes, my brother. Vodum to the family.
Vodum.
Today, the African nation stands on the main stage of civilization. Until we are united, defend our rights, and express our true souls, we are yet to achieve our true potential. Magic Conscious Revolution presents. When all is said and done, this world will be a better place.
We don't give because we have much. We don't give because we don't give because we have much.
Just like the sun comes out after the rain, so will our thoughts return after the pain. Keep believing and be true to yourself. But if it does, then what is yours will be left upon the shelf. Though the walls and times and lives are trying to get you down, hold your head up high and just enjoy. We shall overcome. Brighter day, there's gonna be a brighter day. Today for you, tomorrow for me. Let's keep it all that way. Brighter day, there's gonna be a brighter day. And nothing remains the same always. Believe me when I say, take it, please, Johnny. Africans that and Africans abroad. Yes, we were rounded up and taken from yard. Divide and rule, they used to be. Memories of slavery bring pain to our heart. Let's come together now today to us part. United Africans we are, just love from the heart. To secure the treasures of our land, so let it be. One God, one day, one destiny. To African liberty. Right today, it's gonna be a bright today. Today for you, tomorrow for me. Let's keep it all that way. Right today, it's gonna be a bright today. Nothing remains the same always. Believe me when I say, right today, there's gonna be a bright today. Today for you, tomorrow for me. Let's keep it all that way. Bright today, it's gonna be a bright today. Nothing remains the same always. Believe me when I say, right today. It's gonna be a bright today. Today for you, tomorrow for me. Let's keep it all that way. Africans, let's unite for the benefit of our children.